but we're not going to wait too long. My normal people, some are here, some are not. That's okay. They might be busy. Mike, welcome in. How are you? Dude, I'm glad you're finally here. Yes. Sarah with the quote. Keep shining. Someone else might need some light. Yes. Yes, we could all use extra light in our lives, right? You know, such a plain and simple quote as be the kindness that you want to see in the world can be really deep. Because it's not the kindness that we always receive, but we always feel like we're giving it to others, right? Thank you so much. Angela, welcome in. Thanks for the heart, me. Midweek check-in, guys. How are you doing? In one word to describe how your week is going. Put it in the comments. One word to describe. Yeah, it's not a word, Sarah. Mine is anticipation. Lost in cards today, huh? You can't do it in one word? Okay. Sometimes it's hard. Just find the best word that you can find. Aunt Brenda, remind me where you're at. Thanks for the finger hearts. Sorrow. Ugh. Okay. Anxious. Those are hard words there. Stressed. Well, the good news is we're halfway through the week. You're not half defeated. You're half conquered, right? We've halfway conquered the week. You're doing much better than you think you are. Just keep going. Keep pushing. Whatever is stressing you, it's one day at a time. Whatever you're anxious about, one thing at a time, right? So I had a challenge for everybody on Sunday. What time is it there? It is 7:30 here. 7:30. Okay, so I had a challenge on Sunday. Those of you who remember my challenge, does anyone remember what it was? For those that were here. I had a challenge for everyone last Sunday that I wanted them to find one boundary that they needed to develop this week to help them get through the week. Whether it was getting off social media, whatever it was. Does anyone know? Did anyone do that? Jacob? Jeremy? Angela, I know you were here. Hey Evan, welcome in. How's it going? That's okay. It's still the challenge for the week. We're only midweek. This was a challenge for the entire week. So guess what? you're midweek. You get to follow through with the rest of the week on this challenge. The rest of the week, the challenge is to find a boundary that you need to develop to help yourself get through the week. Whether it's cutting off something you're doing, taking a break from social media, a boundary with someone that's taking advantage of you, your kindness, whatever that boundary looks like. Your Wednesday. So for those of you that didn't hear that challenge Sunday, this is your challenge now. Giving yourself permission to say no. That is a fantastic boundary. Giving yourself permission to say no. Oftentimes we say yes and hyperextend ourselves. Staying away from the doctor. I don't think that's a good idea, Aunt Brenda. But saying no, there's nothing wrong with saying no to people because you're too busy or you're too overwhelmed, you're too, whatever the reason might be. Saying no is fine. Okay, so we're going to touch a little bit on the topic that I'm going to go dive deeper in on Sunday, since today is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. Seasons of life and what kind of seasons that we might be in when it comes to our mental health. So are you in a season of survival, healing, growth? Or do you feel like you're in a season of numbness? You don't have to put it in the chat. If you want to put it in the chat, let's talk about it. If you just want to think about it, we're all in different seasons, right? There might be a few of us that are in the same season, but we're all in different seasons. Does that mean that we're ahead of the game on other people? No. Growth, survival, healing. All different seasons. You're actually healing. Angela, I love that. I love to hear that. Like I said, Sunday night we're going to dig deeper into what healing actually feels like, especially when peace is unfamiliar to us, calm is unfamiliar to us. Season? Oh, okay. So we're touching just the top line of what my topic is going to be on Sunday, but everyone's in a different season of mental health, right? Or in a season of life. So are you in a season of survival, healing, growth, or just being numb? No, not our Angela. Just a friend of mine, Aunt Brenda. Troy, welcome in. Welcome in, Troy. Matt, you transported me because I had a kidney stone. Huh. Turned out to be multiple pulmonary embolisms. It's fine. That's why I look familiar. It's okay. Okay, so for those that said you're in survival mode right now, what it might feel like is I'm doing what I have to do to get by, right? That's survival. Our head is barely above water. We're doing what we have to do in order to get by. So our friendships, our relationships with people right now what do our friendships look like? Are they distant? Are they reactive? Are they shut down? Just low energy because we don't have the extra energy to put into relationships or friendships right now because we're surviving. Surviving and barely. Just keep going. You're surviving. I'm so sorry. Just lost a friendship. That's hard. Why is it that when we're in survival mode, we end up losing friendships? often it's misunderstanding by other people, right? Or expectations that we have, expectations of friends. They're not meeting our expectations, or we're not meeting theirs because we're barely surviving, right? Safety is what we need when we're in survival, right? We need safety. Hey, thank you so much. We need no judgment. Why is it when we're in survival mode, we start judging ourselves and then we assume that everybody else around us is judging us? Something else we might need while we're in survival mode is stability. What if we have to provide our own stability? What does that look like? Building boundaries, right? We're in survival mode. We have to put those boundaries up. We have to learn to say no to other people. Possibly. I don't know. What does it look like for you guys? There's no wrong answer in this. You're judging yourself for your issues. Now I have to worry about everyone else. Nope. No, you do not. When we're in survival mode, we're in survival mode. We're doing everything we can to get by. That's at the point where we have to communicate that with our friends and say, hey, I am unavailable. Whether it's physically unavailable, emotionally unavailable, I can't. When you're your age, you don't care what others think of you. Aunt Brenda, I'm sure you have a lot of wisdom to give us younger ones. Lily, welcome in. I'm so glad you made it. So glad you made it. Just to touch base on those that just came in, we're talking about seasons of life and what we might be in right now, whether it's survival, healing, growth, or numbness. I normally do open up and then you end up getting hurt. It does. Sometimes it hurts. Healing. Healing is good. So, if we're in a season of healing, we're facing hard truths, right? Facing hard truths about ourselves, about others in our lives, and just trying to feel again, trying to get those emotions out, feel those emotions, work through them. Maybe we're just focusing on certain aspects of healing, maybe not everything. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. But when we're healing, when we're in that season of healing, how that might show up with relationships is emotional. We might be considered inconsistent and easily triggered because we're in that healing stage. And we're having to work through these emotions. And like I said, we're facing hard truths right now, right? There's a lot of emotions coming from that when we're healing. And we may be in waves of it. So our relationships with our friends may come in waves, which is the inconsistency there. Again, we have to communicate. We have to communicate with our friends. Oh my gosh. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You are beautiful. But here's what we might need when we're in the season of healing is space to process. Thank you so much for the heart me. Space to process things. Space and understanding, right? We need people to understand where we're at And again, it all comes back to us having to be able to be comfortable with communicating where we're at in life. Communication is hard sometimes for us, right? Because that puts us in a vulnerable state that we might end up hurt. But if we can communicate that we're in a space of wherever we're at, we're protecting ourselves by drawing a boundary, communicating, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm available for. Perhaps you find support in people that you never thought you would have support. You know, when things get hard, the people you expect to show up don't show up. And the people that you never expected to show up and show up. Why is that? Perhaps that is because we didn't communicate with the ones that we expected. Or maybe they didn't understand our communication. I'm going to use this as an example, and I hope she doesn't kill me for it. I don't even know if she's in here. But I had a friend that we almost lost our friendship together because her expectations of me, I didn't meet those expectations. I thought I was doing what she needed, and it wasn't meeting her needs. She expected, you're fine, it's okay. It's okay, you're here now. I'm glad you're here. She got really upset with me because her expectations of me to just show up, I texted her, I asked her what she needed. I brought her dinner, I brought her coffee one day. But she just wanted me to show up on her doorstep. But that's not me. I'm one of those that you have to say, I need this. I got you, girl. I'm coming. You tell me you need something and I'm here for you. But if you don't tell me what you need, I can't show up. I'm not one of those that just shows up on your doorstep. And we almost had a really good relationship run over that because we didn't communicate. She didn't communicate with me what her needs were. When we're in a place of growth, I'm making moves. I'm setting boundaries. I'm leveling up on this thing. We're growing. We're past that healing, right? And there might be times where we have to heal from something else. That doesn't mean that, there aren't waves of healing. But we're in a place of growth right now. If that's the season you're in, we're in. Bestie, I love you so much. I love you so much. If we're in a season of growth, we're making moves, we're setting boundaries for ourselves and for others, we're leveling up. What that might show up in our friendships is focused, energized. Sometimes we might be a little impatient with our friends because they're not growing with us. We have to have patience. We have to have understanding. When we build those boundaries, if those friends aren't growing with us, there are friendships for every season of life we're in. Healing, growth, survival. That doesn't mean they're bad friends. Does it? That doesn't mean that they're bad friends because they're not in the same season of life as we are. It just might mean that they're not the friend that we need in the season that we're in. And that's where the boundaries come in. Thank you guys for all the gifts and the heart me's. I'm sorry. If I lose train of thought, I'm so sorry. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Y'all don't have to gift me. I really do appreciate it though. Now this is a hard season. I don't like this season because I spent a really long time in this season. I feel like I spent my childhood in this season, and it's a season of numbness. This is where we had developed coping mechanisms that are so toxic, right? As in this season of numbness, I don't feel much at all when you're in that season of numbness. You don't even know what to feel. You don't know what you're feeling. You don't know what you're doing. You're detached from people. You're avoidant and disconnected when you're numb. You thought you were over you. I love deep talks too. It's my favorite. It really is. I thought I was over my friend, but I still have dreams about her and I just can't get her off my mind. Christian, who says you have to be over her right now? I understand it was very painful to lose that friend. But when we love someone, does that mean that we just have to completely shut it off? No. You hurt. Acknowledge that hurt and say, this is going to make me better. This is going to make me stronger. Acknowledge the hurt. Don't just shut it off. Who said that you had to be over someone? Who gives a timeline for being over someone? You do. You set that timeline. And be patient with yourself. When you're hurt, you're hurt. There's no timeline for recovery on hurt and relationships, friendships. It's going to come in waves, just one day at a time. When we're in that season of numbness, or we have a friend that's in that season of numbness, what is something that we might need? What is something that you think someone might need when they're in a season of numbness? Patience. Yeah. Hello, beautiful. Love. Yes. Understanding. Yes. You guys, every single one of you is in here telling me what someone else would need when they're in a season of numbness or hurt. Give it to yourself. Give that love, patience, grace, and understanding to yourself just as much as you would extend it to anyone else. You deserve the same. Thank you, Jackson. I needed a distraction. Have fun when you were in those seasons. So what does that distraction look like? Okay. Presence, right? Presence. When you're in a season of feeling numb, you want to avoid people because you don't want to bring other people down, right? You have to find that person that's willing to sit with you and just be present. No pressure. I'm going to sit with you until as long as you need me, I'm here. I'm going to sit with you. My phone is on D&D, but you are an emergency contact. I'm here for you. Whatever, the presence, we have to be that same presence for our friends as much as we need that for someone else. Don't withdraw from everyone. There are some people that we need to withdraw from, right? Again, there's friends for every season of life. That doesn't make them bad friends. That doesn't make us a bad friend because we can't meet everyone in their season. Communication. Communication is key. I'm going to ask again because I asked earlier, but not everyone was in here. What is one word that describes your emotional season right now? Not what kind of season, but what is one word that describes where you're at? Mine is feeling. Emotions. You're fine, Yadi. Welcome back. My season is very emotional, you guys. Does anyone have a word to describe it? Do you feel like you're making changes right now? Or you feel like you're in a place where you're just surviving and you really can't add anything to it right now? Where do you feel like you're at? Or are you faking a season for the sake of other people? Ouch. Are you faking a season cutting toxic ties for a few months, definitely making healthy moves? Heck yeah. You keep those boundaries. Keep those boundaries. I am so proud of you. Anyone here pretending to be in a season for the sake of other people? I'm guilty of that sometimes. Or pretending to be in a season that I'm not actually in. You've learned to stop doing that? That's awesome. Tell me your secrets. I mean, it's not that that's always a thing, but it's really easy to put a face on because of others' expectations for us, right? Others have expectations. I am here for the boundaries and cutting off toxic family relationships. I'm here for it. If someone can't handle me at my worst, they don't deserve me at my best. You know, Christian, I love the quote and I love what that means, but at the same time, give others grace. If they're tearing you down when you're at your worst, absolutely not. They don't deserve you at your best in a million years. But what if we looked at it at a perspective of we're in a season that that friend can't meet us? Zada, welcome in. I want you to look at it in a different perspective because I've been on both sides of this. What if we are in a season and they are in another season and we can't meet each other's expectations? I love the quote, if they can't be with me at my worst, they don't deserve me at my best. But what if they couldn't? They physically couldn't be there for you at your worst. Right? We got to communicate. And if the communication is there and if the communication is there and that relationship is still toxic, then you're right. They don't deserve you at all. If you have communicated where you're at in life and where you need someone and they don't communicate back, you're right. They don't deserve you at your best. They don't deserve to see you at your worst either. They don't deserve to know. I'm going to ask this again because that was part of the challenge from Sunday. When was the last time you told someone you were not okay? You're right. Yes. In that aspect, if you can't be honest with them that you're not okay and you have to fake it, it's not who you need. Move on. Create those boundaries. If they're not supporting the growth or the season that you're in or the change, walk away. Okay, when was the last time someone gave you permission to not be okay? Have you ever had someone just say, it's okay to not be okay, in a literal sense? No one has ever asked you that? No one has ever asked if you were okay? Aunt Brenda. It's okay to not be okay 100% of the time, but so much frequently I'm not. I am okay. Right. It comes in waves sometimes. And I'm glad we can acknowledge that. Just a random question. What was something that you used to enjoy that you haven't just had the energy to do recently? Because we're in a different season right now. We're just not there. Mine is hosting things. I love hosting things all the time. I used to host dessert socials every Friday night. I'd just tell everybody, extend the invitation, bring a dessert, come hang out. We'd have 50 plus people here at the house. I don't have the energy for that right now. I'm being protective of myself. Life, right, Nikki? Life, it can be exhausting sometimes. Scrapbooking. Scrapbooking. So, I have a question. Why are you not able to scrapbook now? What is the reason, if I can be nosy? Is it time? Is it cost? Are you physically not able to now? What if we set aside very specific time to do the things that used to make us happy and create, very simple, that was your hideaway when getting beaten by Yadi? I am so sorry. That's heavy. But you know what? You were. You made it out. You are strong. And I am so sorry that you had to go through that. No one, nobody deserves that. Not one person deserves that. But you're here now. You need to do something that you love. Even if it's just simple. Even if it's just printing out your favorite pictures and putting them on a pretty piece of paper and writing your favorite thing about that picture, or your favorite thing about that person in the picture, or that thing in the picture. Journaling with pictures. I think that journaling is great. But we can do journaling in all different kinds of ways, right? We can journal on our phones. We can vlog or video or journal, voice record journal. If you don't have the time or you just hate writing things down, voice record it, put in a voice text, save it in your phone so that we can go back and see how much growth we've made. But you deserve to do something that you love. And it's no longer an escape. It's something you love. It's something that got you through the hardest part of your life. Right? Do it. You deserve it. You deserve to get to do something that you love now in the open. And it's not a coping. It's a hobby. So, what's something that you wish someone would have said to you during your survival season? Writing down is relieving. Yes. What is something that you wish someone would have said during survival? Kennedy, hello. I love you. Oh, Aunt Brenda, good night. I love you. Do you need a hug? I know you're not okay. What if had someone said to you, I see you. You're doing really hard things right now. Some of the hardest things I've ever seen someone do, and you are still here. And I'm so proud of you. What if someone had said, can I sit with you? Can I listen to you? Just hearing someone is proud of me always makes me cry, right? Because we feel like we're struggling alone. No one sees us. We often feel like we're completely alone in the fact that we're struggling to get by. So to be told that they're proud of us because we feel unseen, that's just, yeah. Have you ever misjudged someone's silence as rejection when it really, truly was exhaustion from whatever season of life that they were in? People tell me they're proud of me, and I'm a strong person, but I don't believe it, or it's hard to see. Because you're still healing from that, right? You're still healing. We have to, you have to acknowledge what you went through in order to be proud of yourself for getting out of it. You're going to have to feel proud of yourself by acknowledging all the hard things that you've done and achieved. Makes you feel noticed, exactly. I've been feeling lonely even though I've tried to be around family and friends. No one's been mean to you, though. I feel that. I feel that sometimes. You have so much trauma in the last 37 years, it's hard to feel like you won't get out of it. I'm sorry. You have a lot. You've had a lot on your plate for a very long time. I can't imagine how heavy that is to carry. I want to give you, Yadi, a specific challenge. And I want you to journal. On one page, I want you to write about your trauma. Very specific things that come to your mind. You get one page to write on. Once you're done, flip it over to the next page, or you can voice record. One paragraph, whatever you need to write on that page. Then I want you to flip it over, and I want you to come up with 3 things that you're thankful for now about yourself. I want you to write 3 things on the back of that page that you love about yourself or that you're thankful for about yourself. Positive notes about yourself. And it's going to be hard. And I don't give a shit if it's You make the best pizza in the world. Write it on the paper. I want you to convince yourself how beautiful of a person you are, how beautiful of a heart you are, and I want you to write 3 things on the back of the paper. For 3 days, I want you to write trauma down, flip that paper over, and give me 3 things that you love. I don't have to read it. It's for you. Next day, write about your trauma. Flip that paper over, 3 things you love about yourself. Do that for 3 days. So you have to come up with a total of 9 things that you love about yourself. And I hope by day 3, you've touched deeper. I want you to touch deeper into how beautiful of a heart that you have, how strong of a person you are, and that the trauma on the front of that page doesn't define you, because we're flipping that page over. And the person you have become and who you are is who you are. That defines you, not the trauma. The 3 things on the back. I want you to give that a try. That's my challenge for you specifically. And if anyone else needs to do it, I say do it. When someone pulls away or gets quiet, do you assume automatically that they're mad at you? I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And it's going to be emotional. And you're going to get mad at yourself. You're going to get mad at yourself not for the trauma on the front. You're going to get mad at yourself because you're your own worst enemy in our minds about there's nothing good. There's nothing good up here about ourselves. But that's not true. I want you to train to pick things out that you love about yourself. That makes you you. Write down something you're good at doing. Whatever it might be. Flip that page over and don't let that trauma define you. Let the things that are beautiful about you define you. I'm going to ask that one more time. When someone pulls away or gets quiet, do you automatically assume they're mad at you? I do that. I fear they're rejecting me. I feel like I've done something wrong anytime someone goes quiet on me. Perhaps that's childhood trauma. Perhaps that's trauma. That you think that something you've done wrong made them mad at you just because they're quiet. What if we looked at it from a different perspective? What if they're just hurting? Thanks, Jeremy. I always wonder what I did. I do the same thing. But if we don't address the root cause, which often is our childhood, if we don't address the root cause of that, we're always going to feel that way. But what if we looked at it in a perspective of giving somebody else grace? Grace that we need to also give ourselves. And that, what if they're hurting? And what if they need us to acknowledge that they're hurting and don't back off because they're mad, because we think they're mad. They haven't communicated they're mad. They're just quiet. You haven't seen them in a while. Maybe you've sent them a text, but they haven't responded. Give them grace. Say, hey, I'm here for you. And still invite them. They may be secluding themselves. They may be, whatever it might be, keep inviting them. Keep welcoming them. Telling them that they're here. Communicate that they're still here. Give them grace in the season of hurt. Welcome in, Jeremy. You have PTSD from constantly moving and my dad passing at a very young age. Oof. Not a lot going on. How are you? So I know a lot of the talk is how we can have other people relate to us and the things that we're going through. But I also want us to work on extending grace to other people. Abandonment issues. Yeah. I Yes. I completely understand that. What is one small way that you can hold space for someone in a different season than you? Love yourself today. Yes, exactly. What is one small way you specifically can hold space for someone else that's in a different season than you? Giving them grace, understanding. Just because someone is in winter doesn't mean they love you any less. They just have less warmth to give you right now. Ooh, throwing in the actual seasons. Seasons of life when it comes to mental health, relationships. Just because someone is in winter doesn't mean that they love you any less. It just means that they don't have enough warmth to give you. They're having to hold it in. They're having to lock it in for themselves. That's all the energy they have right now. Survival mode, right? They can barely keep their head above the water. They don't have anything else to give you. Or same for us. We can barely keep our head above water. We don't have anything else to extend to other people right now. But what we can do is communicate. Going back to people not deserving you at your best when they didn't see you through your worst. I agree. You don't owe anyone warmth once you get there. Sometimes winter can cause you to freeze to death. Sometimes it can. That's why if our friends are in winter season and we're in summer season and we're if our friends are in winter season and we're in summer season and we're healing, maybe we just need to stay with them, right? But we got to communicate. If we're in different seasons, we may not be able to show up the same way or the way they expect. But we can show up for our friends, right? You don't owe everyone your springtime when you're still thawing out from the winter. Not quite. Just friendships, relationships, seasons of life, and how we have different seasons of friends throughout our seasons of life. Friends for different seasons. Sorry, that was not coming out right. Friends for different seasons. Doesn't mean they're a bad friend. It just means they're not the right friend for the season we're in right now. Just like we might not be the right friend for somebody in a different season. We don't want to just cut off the relationship entirely, do we? If they've been a good friend, they're not toxic, they haven't pushed boundaries. They may be beginning to push boundaries because they're in a different season and they don't realize where you're at. That's where communication comes in, and you have to draw those boundaries. Again, just like Sunday, we're going to continue this challenge throughout the rest of this week until next Sunday when we start the new weekend challenge and discussions, is to continue that one boundary that is protecting your peace this week. So for those of you that didn't get the challenge on Sunday, this is your challenge this week. Pick one boundary that protects your peace. Whatever that is. I can't tell you what it is. Unless you communicate your issues, then I might be able to tell you what it is. But pick a boundary that protects your peace. If it's a human, if it's a person, communicate that boundary. Don't be ugly about it. Don't be ugly about it. Just communicate that boundary and walk away. All right, you guys, that's all I have for now. In fact, I went a lot longer than I had planned. But if anyone else has anything to add, please do. You have people-pleasing problems? I don't have to go at this very moment. I'll give us a few more. There's a moth in the room. Okay. I'm still here. If we need to talk about something, let's talk. People-pleasing problems. Jeremy, I am right there with you. I struggle very poorly with drawing boundaries when it comes to people-pleasing. That's definitely towards my childhood, and I gotta address those root issues because that is a coping mechanism of mine, is just to please people, even if they're hurting me, even if they're causing me stress, strife, whatever it might be. I just want to make them happy so they quit hurting me. I just want to be liked. I want to be heard. I want to be loved. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make that person right. Hello, Francis. But at what point do you draw a boundary and say, I can't give my all to that person? We love and desire the thought of that friendship, the idea of that friendship, the idea of that person. We want the idea of not being alone. We love the idea of having people surrounded by us. But what if those people are bringing us down? Because we're constantly having to try and please them to get them to like us in our heads. Perhaps that's a boundary we need to draw to protect ourselves. We're never going to get out of that feeling of survival when it comes to people pleasing if we don't draw boundaries of the people we're trying to please, right? I'm not a therapist, but I am a person who listens. I don't always have the right words, but if I can relate to your problems, I'm gonna talk about them. If we have some of the same problems, let's talk. I hear you. What if they leave? Become your own peace. Ooh, Sunday's going to talk about that. What if the toxic person or the person that is causing us to stay in the people-pleasing mode or the stressed out mode, and we're not being ourselves when we're in that mode. We're not being respectful to ourselves or our time. Perhaps we're focusing on the wrong relationships when we're doing that. And we really need to be talking to other people. Maybe because we're so focused on these few people that are taking all of our time and attention, and it's all one-sided, that if we were to build that boundary and turn to the other side and start building other relationships with other people, that actually feed us back and we're communicating with them, perhaps that's what we need, right? Maybe we're so blindfolded by this side that we're focusing so hard to please them, when if we just built that boundary, we're no longer distracted, we have time and we have peace to turn around and build other relationships so that we're no longer alone. And sometimes we're going to have to sit alone, but are we actually truly alone? Or is that just what our heart's telling us because we didn't please that person enough that they wanted to sit with us? By God, I have flipped tables and drew a boundary for everyone that was sitting at that table because it was disturbing my peace. And I have my own table now. And I will bring in every person to that table, but that doesn't mean they deserve to sit there for the rest of their time being. The rest of the time I have that table, that doesn't mean they deserve to sit at that table this whole time. But as long as they are growing with me and we have the same goals and they're respectful. Sorry, puzzle piece, stand by, distracted. Then they deserve to sit at that table. If it's peaceful. I built up walls so high that any attempt to climb them would be futile. Well, no wonder. You can't do that and not feel alone. We got to build those walls with people in them, not people on the outside. I get it. Taking those walls down and breaking them down makes us feel vulnerable. Last week I left a friendship that was always, I was always being there for them, but they constantly be let down. Nope, that's a boundary. We don't have to say anything ugly about them. We don't have to be ugly to them. We're just walking away. Don't say anything that you'll regret later. Perhaps they were in a different season than you. They were a bad friend for the season you're in right now. That doesn't mean a couple seasons later and they're out of their season and you're in a new season that y'all couldn't be friends again. I know that's hard to hear right now. Maybe they're not a bad person. Maybe they're just in a different season than you and they couldn't meet your expectations or even give back to you right now. And that's okay. Build that boundary and walk away. Tow truck. Hello, girl. You're new here. Well, welcome in. I'm sorry, I was working through the comments. Welcome in, my friend. Yes, I will send you our Discord. We have our Discord for anyone. We do a lot of mental health check-ins. It's always there for you to post or private message. I also have an email address that if you ever need to talk or you want to share your story, but you don't want to put it in the chat, I'm here for it. It's private. Thank you for the follow. If you want me to share it, I can share it without identifying you. If you want it shared so that other people can talk about it and give advice and you're sitting in the chat and they don't know who you are. They just know that I read an email out. There are many different ways. You guys are not alone. Jeremy and I are both here to sit with you anytime. Multiple different ways of access for us. No. We have our own personal Discord outside of Genuine. We have our own Discord. Brian, hello. If she ever reads an email, assume it was you. Well, I haven't gotten one from you. So how could I assume it was you? I have not received one. I'm waiting for one. Your quote got filtered. Did I? Did it? Or did I just overread it? Star, hello. I'm so sorry. Y'all, I'm dyslexic, so me reading things as they're moving is a real struggle. The thing about being alone is that no one can hurt you. Jeremy, are you punishing yourself thinking you deserve to be alone? Because sometimes we are going to get hurt, but the stronger we work on ourselves, the less I don't know how to word that. It wasn't going to come out right. You're hurting yourself by building a wall so high no one can get across it. When really you're keeping the ones out that could be present for you at this very moment. There's nothing wrong with taking time to yourself. You may be in a really good place to be by yourself right now. Whatever by yourself means. But what happens when life comes throwing things at you and you really desire someone to be there for you and you haven't worked on that relationship with someone? Those walls are so high no one's getting in and you're fighting things alone. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Sometimes when you aren't handed love on a silver platter, you learn to lick it off the knives. You got God? Yeah? I agree. I'm not gonna lie. From a child, I wasn't handed a silver platter of love. I'm adopted. I was the oldest. I couldn't do anything right. I couldn't do anything right. No matter how hard I tried. I was beaten by my own grandmother, told that I was adopted and I wasn't her grandchild, but I was the oldest of 8 children. I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to be loved. There were many other things that were done that I was told was done because it was out of love. But love hurt from a child. Love hurt me because things were done to me out of love, but that love was so painful, physically painful, that I wanted to be alone. I wished that I could just be alone and never be around family because love hurt. But then it got to the point where I learned that if I was the love for other people, that it made me not feel alone to love on other people. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to cry again. It just seems to happen a lot. I know it's not my fault. I know that. But sometimes when we take the focus off ourselves and our desire for love, and we use our own desire for love to love on other people, be the love that we want, it can be hurtful sometimes. It really can. But I feel like the more love you give towards other people, the stronger you get. And that hurt is thrown to the back. We'll feel it. We acknowledge that it hurt and we keep moving. We love on other people. That you become the bigger picture. You become the bigger picture. Sometimes we often focus on what our needs are, and that's okay. That's if we're healing and we're growing and we need to focus on ourselves, that's great. But I often find myself, if I get in my head of focusing on my needs, my expectations, my wants, my desires, it's a double-edged sword because then I feel like no one's meeting my expectations, no one's meeting my needs, no one's meeting my desires when it's all down to me. It's my job to make sure I get what I need by sharing that with other people. It's okay, guys. I'm crying over it, but I'm not. I'm sad that it happened to me, but I've healed from that. This is me just releasing how much I care for other people, and that happening to me grew me into the person that I am today by just wanting to extend my love and grace to every person. And sometimes that gets me walked all over. And it sucks, right? It sucks to get walked all over. Dre, hello, welcome in. I'm sorry, my comments were like froze at the top. Thank you, Jeremy. I really appreciate that. Sorry, guys, who like walked in here on me crying. But I've healed from that. It made me grow into the person I am. Realizing that if I can extend others grace and others love, that it will actually feed back into me. If I'm genuine to other people, it will feed back into me. Is that guarantee that I'm going to get hurt? No. I get walked on sometimes. I've learned to stand up for myself, but I've been abused as an adult, both physically and verbally. I completely understand. But we're growing through the things we're going through, right? We've grown through the things we've gone through. So we use that to our advantage. Don't build walls up around yourself. Don't do that. Slowly take those bricks out and trust yourself that you've got this. You have everything that you need. I know. It's hard. It sucks. If Jeremy could tell you how tall that wall is, that he had to break down piece by piece, he'd be speaking for hours on it. Eight years. Sometimes it takes a long time to realize that you are more important.
The chat told me to come give you a hug.
Thanks. Thank you.
No problem.
At the point that it all feels fake anytime someone tells me they love me. You know, for the longest time, it always felt fake for me to tell people that I loved them. Because I didn't really know what love was, right? As a child, I had no clue what love was. For me, love was certain things that no child should ever go through. But love was also, I had a roof over my head, right? I had food on my plate. I was well taken care of in a manner of, I was fed, I had clothes, I had a bed, I had nothing to be ungrateful for, right? So me saying I love you to people felt so fake to say it out loud. And then when people said it to me, I was kind of like, why would you love me? What do you mean by that? And then there were people who did say they loved me and took advantage of me and hurt me. Instead of looking at the words, look at the actions, right? Love is just a word. But we're not searching for a word, right? We're searching for a feeling. Jeremy, it's because you have a big heart, right? You want to love everyone. You want to love on people. You desire that love that you give out to everyone else. And it will come. Because I've been in that same position. I've been there. And the moment you get that love that you've been looking for your entire life, now is it easy? Hell no. Have you met my husband? It ain't easy. Have you met me? I'm a dipshit. I'm hard to love. I am really hard to put up with. I'm a very blunt person. But I'm also a very genuine person. And I desired to be loved in a certain way for so long, and it was through actions, not through words. Because for every time someone said I love you growing up, all the way up into my adulthood when I had children with my first marriage, every time someone told me they loved me, they were about to hurt me. They were about to hurt me. I put up a wall to that word. You don't love me. Wait, I don't want to be loved. Don't you dare love me. But the moment you find that one person, that comfort, that word has a whole nother meaning. Not just a meaning, a feeling of peace and comfort. Exactly. Always felt when someone told me they loved me, they just wanted something out of me. Exactly. I have such an elegant way of do I? So, in case y'all didn't know, I tell a lot of people this. I'm autistic. I don't know how to explain my own feelings until after I've felt them and I've addressed them. And then I can explain how emotions feel, or are supposed to feel for me. But at that very moment, I can't explain anything. Emotions come really weird to people who are on the spectrum. But I guess talking about them makes them easier. I don't know. Taylor, hello, beautiful. Welcome in. I'm sorry, I missed what you said, Kennedy. Anyone ever says someone don't love them even though there's no evidence? Anyone ever says someone don't love them even though there's no evidence? Hold on. I'm having a hard time reading this. I'm sorry. I'm not quite there. Can you say it again? Oh no, Taylor. I'm so sorry. Are you okay now? Thank you, Jeremy. I really appreciate that. That means the world to me that someone else relates to me and that I'm not alone in those feelings and those emotions. It truly means the world to me. Like you tell yourself they don't love you even though there's evidence that they don't. Oh. Is it your own opinion are you putting your own opinion on them for yourself? Are you self-reflecting your own opinion? Taylor, I'm so sorry. Do you have anybody else there to help you? Hey, Taylor. One day at a time. Take a breath. This was very shocking to you.
Hey, I told her to send this to
Send us a message so I can help walk you through this one step at a time. This was very shocking news for you. You can get through this. Let's walk through steps. Let us help you figure it out, okay? Oh, I forgot you don't have my phone number. Discord's fine. Let me help you walk through the steps. Let's try and find, there are programs that help you find other new babysitters that are actually vetted, and they've had background checks ran on them. Maybe perhaps we know somebody in your area that could help with the kiddos. Let us help you find what you need. Am I financially able to help you? No, but maybe we can work through that, okay? Felix! Hello! Long time no see. Where have you been? How are you? Working? Working's good. Staying busy, hopefully, right? You building things? Sorry guys, I'm really red in the face because I have a really high fever right now. Oh. I probably need to take more ibuprofen. Maintaining your building, working projects. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. I'm glad. Taylor, I don't... More cowbell. Yeah, well, so I have an autoimmune disorder. And I got a shot that I needed for nursing school yesterday. And it has wrecked me. But it's just, I'm not sick. It's my immune system response to... Lukey! Hello. It's my immune system's response to this shot. And when they gave me the shot yesterday, they were like, did you know you're not supposed to have the shot if you have an autoimmune disorder? And I went, so you tell me after I get the shot? Great. Cool. It's fine. It's a vaccine that I have to have for nursing school, so there's no way around it. Yeah. Hello, Lukey. I miss your face. I haven't seen you in a while. For nursing? Yeah. So thankfully, I didn't have to get the most recent shot that was created because I have sticky blood that can cause me to die if I were to get that shot. So it's fine. Everything's fine. Lukey, I'm so glad you're here now. You missed me crying, so it's great. You can see me smiling now. We talked about a lot of things tonight, guys. Thank y'all. Y'all kept me 45 minutes past when I was planning to get off. It's okay. I love it here, and I love every single one of you, and I'm so thankful that you guys trust me with some of your hardest things that you've ever gone through. Y'all trust me with the deepest of emotions. Oh, talking about life. Not crying because I'm sad, but crying because I'm emotional. Because I'm healing from things. I'm in that healing stage. Easy to talk to me. Am I? I really appreciate that. Can we break the news? What did you get? What? Confirmation? Thank you, Felix. I appreciate that. I'm really easy to talk to. You guys, for being told for so long that I'm a really hard person to deal with, to hear that I'm easy to talk to means so much. It really does. Lukey, what do we have confirmation on? Nelson! I'm just yapping to yap, because I'm a dipshit. I like to yap. No one cares. You're right. No one cares. Hey. Nelson, I love you. Pulled things out of me that I've kept bottled up for a long time that I didn't even understand. We don't have to understand it. Let it out. You weren't here Sunday, Jeremy, but I told everybody to write on a piece of paper something they have never admitted out loud to anyone. Write it down. Set that shit on fire and let it burn. You said it. You acknowledged it. Burn it. Wait. I didn't see it. What did I see? I missed it. You're one of the headliners for Mental Health Day stream. Got confirmation today. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous. I mean, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. This is what I love. Why did you block Nelson? No, that's our friend.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my
I
god.
was being a moderator.
Jeremy, unblock him right now.
I'll do it.
Jeremy blocked Nelson. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. I'm really excited, Lukey, but I'm also really nervous.
Sorry, I was trying to press something else.
I guess I gotta start working on my topic. Y'all, please send me all the emails. I need emails. I need topics. What do y'all want to hear me talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? What do y'all need? What do you need from me? Do you just need a talk? Like we did today? Why am I missing all these comments? Because I'm not looking at the screen. I'm really sorry. I'm terrible at engaging right now. I've cried way too much. You spread so much awareness. You helped so many people. It was a no-brainer. Thank you, Lukey. I really appreciate that. Kirsten! I'm really upset because I thought your battle was at 9 and not 8, and I was in the middle of talking when Jeremy showed me that it was at 8. I love you. Happy birthday. You did not have to do that. Sorry for trauma dumping in the chat. No, sir. We're not apologizing for anything here. Kirsten, thank you very much. I create this space, and I hold this space, and I'm in charge of this space. And as long as you are comfortable, there's absolutely no pressure for anyone to ever share here. But if you feel comfortable and you're willing to share, this is your space. Just as much as it is mine. And I open it up to you guys. So do not ever apologize for coming in here and sharing what you're carrying. Or sharing your struggles. That's what I'm here for.
I unblocked him.
Jeremy is apologizing for blocking. Well, I don't even know if he'll come back. Gonna have to go find Nelson and apologize.
No negative energy here.
Christian,
Sorry,
thank
guys.
you. Yes, Yadi, please do. Okay, filtered comments. There's comments that are being filtered. Oh, Kirsten, I love you. Thank you for that. Jacob with the tiny, tiny surfing. Thank you. Kennedy, thank you so much, guys. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Don't make me cry. I've already cried enough tonight. I really love you guys. And thank you for being here. Y'all are giving me purpose by being here and just letting me talk and cry. For a very long time, I searched for purpose in life because I felt like I couldn't do anything right. But what I could do was talk about my emotions and talk about emotions and relating to other people and love on other people and making them feel heard. Because for so long I felt like I wasn't heard in a deep sense. They were listening, but they didn't hear me, right? Turns out a lot of us feel that way. Star with the subscribing. Thank you so much. It's amazing when we start talking about our struggles, how many other people relate to us, right? And for so long, I was looking for a reason to be here. I'm a mom. That's my job, right? That's my purpose in life? Possibly, yes. But I wanted more than that. And talking about our struggles and our emotions gave me purpose because I'm relating to so many of you on a deep level. I want that relationship with people on a deep level. I crave deep level conversations because I want that genuine connection with people. And this is my safe space for you guys. I want you guys to feel seen. And by me being here, I feel seen. By you being here, by you guys being here, I feel seen. I feel purpose. You're not okay today. I'm sorry, Whitney. I'm really sorry. What can I do? Do we need to talk about it? I can be here a little bit longer. Jeremy, absolutely. We're here for you. Whitney, I don't know if you're in our mine and Jeremy's Discord. Not genuine, but we have our own Discord. For those of you that want it, send me a message afterwards so I can get you on it. We also have an email address that you are welcome to message us at any time to talk things through. Okay, good. Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's not cool. And traumatizing. Don't let them disturb your peace, Whitney. Block them. Don't let them ruin your peace. Maggie, hello. How are you, Maggie? They have like 5 different accounts. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do not let crazy people dim your light. That's what it is. I'm sorry, Maggie. I know you could be better. Y'all have had a lot going on. A lot of hard. I'm sorry, Whitney. That's rough. You single moms are the strongest people I will ever know. Because if something happens to me, I know my kids are taken care of. And I lived for so long thinking I'm not important. My kids are good. Oh, Maggie, I love you. Thank you for that. You single moms are so fucking strong. You carry a lot. But just so you know, your children are very thankful for you. They will be. I love you, Taylor. I will respond to you. I will respond to you as soon as I get off of here, okay? I I understand. It's okay. You don't have to be in the headspace for this. I'll message you after. Your safe space didn't feel so safe anymore. So I completely froze up in my life and felt awful. You have nothing to be sorry for about that. You have nothing sorry to be. You deserve a safe space, and I'm sorry that they ruined that for you. Make sure that you've got people that will show up and stay in your life and create that safe space for you every time you're live for a little bit. Make sure that there's some boundaries there. Take a break if you need to. Do a separate account. Spend a little time hidden. Sub-only lives for a little bit. If they're going to pay money, let them pay money and then block them. But you're right. You deserve that space that's safe. And I'm sorry that they interrupted that. Sweet. Thank you so much. I love you. I hope your night is going well. Allison, thank you so much. She is the sweetest one on the whole in the whole galaxy, right? Sweet is the sweetest. She's my favorite. Look at me. Don't look at me. You're drawing attention. Don't do that. You guys, I was just about to hop off here. I love your faces. It's the lights. Maybe the tears that I cry just like, I don't know. No, Whitney, I'm sorry. I really am. And feel free to message me anytime if you need to talk about it. Maybe I can figure this out with you. You didn't make me cry. No. Oh my gosh, Jeremy. You brought up a topic that I'm emotional about. You didn't make me cry. My childhood made me cry. But you know, I wasn't crying sad tears. I was crying emotional tears of, I was there, but I'm here now. Okay, our conversation made us cry. Let's cry together, guys. This is exactly, Maggie. Happy tears. Some of us are still stuck in survival mode. I'm sorry. Some of y'all are still stuck in survival mode. And I just want you to know you're going to make it out. You're not alone. Talk about it. It's okay to say you're not okay. You're not weak by saying I'm struggling. I don't want to be here anymore. You're not weak for that. You're strong for saying it. You're strong for pulling those walls down and allowing someone else to step over and offer a hand. There's so many people in this chat right now that are willing to sit with you wherever you're at, no matter what season you're in. You just have to communicate where you're at. Struggle bus should have reward points, right? They do, though. The struggle bus may seem like it's a really long trip, but at the end of that trip, where we're getting to, because of the many stops that we've made on that struggle bus, is going to be so worth it. We can't see it right now on that trip because we keep hitting those potholes. But at the end of that road is something so much more beautiful within ourselves, because we've hit our head a couple times on the top of that bus. I don't know. We're stronger. We're smarter. We're more loving. Maybe our hearts are a little less hardened at the end of that road. Whatever it might be. We're learning from the struggle bus. Don't let it run you over. You're in Utah communicating where you're at. Sweet, thank you so much. The struggle bus is so real sometimes, right? It is, but don't let that struggle bus run you over. We're riding it. It must be a season of the witch. Some of us ride brooms instead of a struggle bus, okay? We just have to keep going. Put your seatbelt on, guys, though buses don't have seatbelts. We're in it for the long haul. But we're in it together, right? Don't ever let the devil tell you you're alone, because that is not true. There is at least one person that cares about you. One person. But perhaps you haven't opened that up because you're blindfolded by everything going on over here, that if we turned this way, we'd figure it out. Don't put your focus into those toxic relationships. Don't put your focus on the things that aren't causing you to grow. They're hurting your growth. Turn the other cheek and find those other relationships and keep growing. Seatbelts on struggle buses are emotional support blankets. Yeah. Jeremy is the window licker. It's okay. He keeps it clean. Christian uses his hair to scrub off the bugs.
God.
Did I say that out loud? I'm the one in the back with the helmet going, yeah, let's do it again. I hit my head. This is so much fun.
Poor Christian.
Who else? Who else is on this struggle bus? What's your job on the struggle bus?
Jacob's the Uber driver.
Jacob's driving. Jacob, could you please avoid all potholes for God's sake? Just catching strays. We're all on the struggle bus. Some of us are at the front about to get off. Some of us are at the back. Perhaps we're walking off the struggle bus, but we're standing there at the door waiting for everyone else to get there.
Who's going to be the one eating gum from their seats?
Ew. Who's eating gum from the bottom of the... Ew. I'd like to know who's sitting behind the bus driver. You know that problem child that's sitting behind the bus driver and they always have to sit there? Definitely in the back, Maggie. All the potheads are in the back. You can't do that, Maggie. I'm going to put you at the front. I'm putting Sweet at the front. She's the problem child. We're just gonna call her the problem child. She's where everybody else wants to be. So Sweet's behind. How did I? Oh, because you used to get bullied. Are you sure it wasn't because you were constantly in trouble? You talk too much? I was behind the bus driver because I talk too much. But Kayla's sitting behind the bus driver. Well, not everyone can sit behind the bus driver, so we're going to have to figure out who's behind the bus driver. If it's me, I'm kicking the seat, so I'll probably be in the back.
This is gonna be like the Fortnite bus.
I'm sorry. Oh, you just want always in trouble, right? Lucky driver. Okay, well, we'll let Sweet sit behind the bus driver because I'm going to be kicking the bus driver. Jeremy's going to be blindfolding the bus driver. Christian's going to be sitting on the outside of the window scrubbing the bugs off with his hair still. So
I'm the one that's supposed to keep the driver awake.
Allison's going to be in Jacob's lap. Wild, wild behavior.
Hey, that's my job, Allison.
We talked old music a lot. I love that. I didn't ride the bus for very long because I was homeschooled for the rest of my time being. So I just talked to walls when I homeschooled instead. All right, you guys. I love y'all. I could stay on here all night, but I actually am needing to overcome these autoimmune disorder issues and go take some meds. I didn't know you were homeschooling, Maggie. Difficult to get to the destination when the path have potholes and hailstorms. Heck yeah, but we're getting there. I love you, Maggie. I'm glad that you're enjoying homeschooling. Jeremy's taking that seat. All right, you guys. Good night. I love y'all. I will be back Sunday, but I don't know what time yet. I'm going to have to figure it out because I'm supposed to be on a plane Sunday night. So it might be Sunday afternoon when I'm with whoever I'm with. Love you guys. Homeschooled, adopted, perfect mix for getting bullied. Exactly. Absolutely, Maggie. You can come back here anytime. Love you, friend. Leaving on a jet plane. Yes, I am. Goodbye, guys. Good night.